Welcome back to Cryptodicator for a little high tea technical analysis coming on Bitcoin and Ethereum and a couple of shitcoins as well for that matter, right? So without any further ado, guys, let's take a look at the open interest on Bitcoin CMEs, right? So essentially with the price action taking away this level to the upside, essentially closing a daily candle above $40,500 levels was a big deal as a whole, right? And this open interest posture on CME is nice. This is nice, guys. This is what you essentially want to see for a confirmed move to the upside coming from the lows itself, right? You can see right here, guys, the open interest formulated a bottom for about 3 months, and with the price action pulling away to the upside, the open interest is going to the upside as well. Now this is coming from CMEs, guys, and I'm going to be putting a lot of focus and a lot of weight into this open interest data itself, because most of the retail traders have a different mindset when they're trading the markets, whereas most of the professional traders function in a different way all together, guys. All together. Now, which is why I'm going to be putting a lot of focus on this one, and judging by the open interest trend right here, this is looking fine. This gives us more and more, let's just say, backing towards the fact that this price action towards the upside is essentially real, and yes, we are being supported onto these levels right now until Bitcoin is above $42,500 levels. Yes, most of the crypto assets are simply going to go towards the upside. It's going to be a free floating movement to the upside. Essentially, most of the altcoins are going to be very, very, very volatile, but your overall direction, your overall trends bias is going to remain to the upside, right? Remember, guys, Bitcoin did a 50%, Ethereum did 100%. Most of the altcoins are going to do more than 200% to the upside, right? Okay, so with that said, let's take a look at Bitcoin right here. Now, this is called reverse MACD, and what you have to know about this indicator is the fact that whenever it's blue, it's going to the upside, and when it's red, it's essentially consolidating or going to the downside. Now, when it's red, essentially it's a better choice to not take any position in the market if you have a bullish bias, right? Now, when this gets into blue right here, essentially this one and this one right here, just nailing this move to the upside, this is when you do have a potential, let's say, potential opportunity to go long into the market, right? Now this is the reverse MACD indicator. I think this is available on TradingView as well, and you can check it out for yourself. You can back test this one as well, because this one has been working like a charm. And guys, look, if more and more people start using one single edge in the market, that is not an edge anymore. And to be honest with you, I've been using this indicator for a very long time, and this works like a charm, guys. I mean, this sharing away my edge as a trader for free once again. So hit that like, guys, hit that like. It's a give and take relationship right here, so hit that like and back test this indicator, because I do feel that this is pretty helpful in terms of determining any continuation move to the upside or any consolidation phase on any asset for that matter. Although this would be way more accurate in Bitcoin's price action because of the liquidity, guys. Most of the liquidity happens on Bitcoin. Essentially, most of the liquidity is with Bitcoin. It's not with your shit coins, your second tier crap coins. It's with Bitcoin, which is why this indicator is going to be working like a charm on Bitcoin's price action. So with that said, let's take a look at the price action without the reverse MACD right here. Alright, guys, I don't think we have much to talk about right here. Let's talk about the downside risk management for this one right here. So your first risk management point is going to be this one, and your second stop loss, essentially your second risk management, essentially your trailing stop loss is going to be right here, which is aligning with the support as well. Now I don't mean that any wick to the downside could be a potential stop loss, guys. It should be a candle closure. It should be a 4-hour candle closure, and that is when you do reject this entire trend and you start going to the downside once again. But essentially, guys, this 4-hour candle right here is strength, and I would be putting a lot of focus into this zone as well. Essentially, the start of this 4-hour candle with this bullish engulfing piece of price action right here, this means strength, and strength came in from $43,500 levels, which is why this is going to be essentially significant, guys. Until then, this is fine. Essentially, this price action is completely rolling fine to the upside, slowly but surely, and we are pretty much there, guys. We're pretty much there at the 618. I mean, wow, this actually happened pretty soon. I mean, essentially Bitcoin is up for about a 55% move to the upside, and the entire market is silent as fuck, guys. I mean, nobody essentially gives a fuck about Bitcoin when the trend is real to the upside, whereas everybody was chopping out. I mean, everybody was getting chopped out in the market onto this entire range right here. And if I take a look at crypto Twitter as of now, it's completely silent. it's completely silent. Essentially, these markets, they do move to the upside with greater amount of magnitude when the retail trader is not even thinking of buying, right? These things happen again and again, guys, which is why you always have to be level-headed. You never have to join any gang. Don't join a bull gang or don't join a bear gang. Just be level-headed. And when the price action tells you to be attentive, you got to be attentive in the market and make the most out of the trends, guys. Remember, you're traders right here. If you're participating daily in the market, you're most likely a trader. If you are investing in crypto assets and if you are taking long and short position every single day, I don't know what the hell you're doing, guys. If you have an investment mindset, most likely manage your risk below $30,000 levels and let this one ride, potentially testing this one. And look, guys, 58,000 is going to be your ultimate retest, right? If you start taking this one to the upside, 1618, 2618, 314, 4236, 7618, and 10764. Now, I don't want to talk about the y-axis because this is looking unreal. This is looking unreal as of now. But guys, look, let me be very frank and honest. When Bitcoin was trying to take this entire level to the upside right here, nobody expected that. It's going to simply go to the upside all the way about 64,000 Bitcoin in one single leg to the upside. So these things happen because of supply demand shock, right? And Bitcoin is a scarce asset, and Ethereum is now going to be even more scarce, guys. If Ethereum is getting burned, all right, so 3 Ethereum are getting burned every minute, right? Most likely by a couple of years, the total supply of Ethereum is going to be equal to Bitcoin itself. And maybe we are going to be taking a look at 1 BTC per 1 Ethereum down the line if this continues to go on. Holy crap, guys, that would be a crazy sight, right? I mean, essentially, guys, whatever happens in the market, I'm going to be here chilling with all of you guys with all right, today I have some tea, but most likely it's going to be black coffee most of the times, right? Now, since I'm out, I'm not carrying my particular coffee, which is why I have to go for tea right here. Okay, so with that said, let's take a look at the first shitcoin right here, essentially, which is not a shitcoin, but anything that is not Bitcoin is shitcoin. That's my personal opinion. And if Bitcoin ETH ratio goes to 1-on-1, I'm going to be getting rid of my Bitcoin maximalism for good, guys. That's something which is inevitable as well. Okay, so 618 on ETH is just like whatever is happening on Bitcoin itself, right? This entire zone is kind of 5% away from these exact price points. Similarly on Bitcoin as well, we're pretty much there, guys. But judging by the previous trends on Bitcoin, yes, the price action on Bitcoin reacts to the 618, right, as a potential resistance or a potential rejection as well. Whereas Ethereum's price action tells us that we do go for a deep retracement every single time we come out of accumulation range. We go for the retest of the deep ranges right here, which is going to be $4,000 per Ethereum itself, sitting on these levels, right? Now, guys, refer to the video in which I'm talking about a potential $10,000 Ethereum scenario, right? And that could mean that we could be getting accumulated on this range for a very long time until the end of this year itself, and then potentially we do break out from this one and head towards $10,000 Ethereum, aligning with 2618 at first. And all right, I'm not going to talk about that. That's a far-fetched opinion. That's a really far-fetched opinion, guys. We have to focus on the present as well as traders, essentially, right? So as an investor, yes, I'm going to be putting a lot of focus into this level right here. Okay, so if I want to be an aggressive investor, if I would just if I were scared money in the market, I would be managing my risks right here, right? Okay, so essentially your intraday swing moves as well, all of the bullish posture on Ethereum, it would really get invalidated if we take this level to the downside, which is going to be a 4-hour trend being established below $2,900 on Ethereum itself until we are trading above this price point right here. We most likely test $4,000 in the coming days and the weeks, not the months. In the coming months, most likely we maybe get accumulated right here and talk about 10,000 Ethereum coming pretty soon, guys. Now, okay, so why do I talk about these bullish price actions all of a sudden? Guys, it's because the London mainnet itself, I mean, 3 Ethereum being burnt every single minute is a cause for concern for supply itself, for the entire supply of Ethereum itself. Now, that's crazy, guys, because look, if Ethereum is anyway a scarce asset and you keep on burning Ethereum in terms of your gas itself, this will lead to a supply shock for good, guys. That could lead to a real supply shock on Ethereum coming pretty soon, right? And that could take the price action to, guys, I don't know, 10,000 is the best guess which most of the market participants have. It could be 100,000 as well, right? But I'm not essentially going to be putting any focus into 100,000 Ethereum, guys. Holy crap, that's, let's just say the time horizon for that is going to be, let's just say, a very, very long time, guys. It's not going to happen in one single year. Most likely, Ethereum takes a lot of time to go towards $100,000, right? Before that, we have to go towards $10,000, establish a base right there, and maybe get accumulated for maybe a year or something like that, and then we can talk about potential $100,000 Ethereum coming in next bull run cycle. Not in this one, guys. Not in this one. 10,000, 100,000 Ethereum is going to be a far-fetched opinion, right? And even to talk about 100,000 Ethereum at $3,000 Ethereum is a far-fetched opinion. It's a big, fat, far-fetched opinion, right? Alright, guys, so in the small time frames, the picture is pretty clear as well. Let's take a look at the 4-hour real quick before we jump into internet computer right here. ICP. Alright, so the small time frames trends have started above this exact level right here, which is going to be a $3,150 levels, right? So your 4-hour candles above 3150 essentially in the small time frames means that we're going to be testing the 618 sitting in at 3350 real soon. Most likely before the end of this day as well. We could be testing these levels 3350 real soon, right? With that said, I don't think I have much to talk about on Ethereum until this moving average is positive to the upside. The 21 simple moving average is looking like this. The price action is completely fine alongside these support ranges, right? And your mega massive gigantic support is sitting in at $2,900. Below this level, below this price point right here, essentially I would start getting skeptical back again on Ethereum, and then we could talk about a potential retest of these zones back again, once again, and most likely a retest of the range lows back again, guys. Until then, we don't have much to talk about right here on the price action. This is the trend under motion, and we are still moving to the upside. Slowly but surely, yes, Ethereum is still moving to the upside with everything postured to the upside, right? Alright, so let's take a look at the momentum oscillators as well. Check this one out, guys. The RSI constantly staying above 60 reads as a whole, with your moving average, with your 21 moving average supporting the price action again and again, with the volatility being quiet as well. Perfect landscape for Ethereum to simply keep on free floating to the upside, guys. This is what is happening right here, and I would be managing my risks below $2,900 per Ethereum, and that is going to be a big range, guys. This is going to be a 10% range, but essentially this is your invalidation right here. I don't see that this level, essentially this wick low right here, is of greater significance because, well, this is market noise as of now, and even if we come back down all the way towards these levels and we do get supported right here, the price action structure will still be bullish, right? Alright, guys, with that said, let's take a look at ICP. So not a lot of things to talk about this one because to be honest with you, this one went down for about a 94% correction, guys. And even if we go all the way towards 236 retest for about a 400% move to the upside coming from the lows, the price action structure as a whole is still going to look bearish, massively bearish. We are not going to be bullish on internet computer until we are going to be trending above the 618, which essentially would be 1,000% bounce coming from the bottom ranges at $25, right? And essentially we are below 618 right here. All of your dreams about $1,000 ICP would be a far-fetched opinion, right? Would be a far-fetched opinion. So what about the downside risk management? I think this zone is pretty significant for ICP itself. It's going to be a $50 ranges, right? $50 levels on ICP is going to be a risk management. And once we start trending below $50 once again, which is aligning with the 21 simple itself right here, once we start doing that, yes, most likely we're going to be testing the range lows once again at $25. Until then, it's going to be free floating price action at least towards this resistance area, sitting in at $92 levels flat. And after that, guys, we got this, and this, so on and so forth, right? Fibonacci numbers as a good point of resistance, guys. You can see right here 618 had a rejection and some price action activity. 382, not that much, but yes, some sort of price action activity between two candles and something happening right here as well as a wick correction to the downside. And the 236, out of which a long form of consolidation was under formulation before we broke down. So essentially this level is going to be quite important, guys. Once we take $92 levels to the upside, most likely ICP will free float all the way towards $140 levels. And once we start taking this one to the upside as well, we're going to be talking about $200 ICP coming pretty soon. Okay, so with that said, I think we're going to be taking a look at this right here, 1INCH exchange. So all of your unis and all of your sushis are here, and 1INCH is here. Which means we have a 34% to the upside. I just hate to talk about these kind of vague form of technical analysis, but essentially, guys, if you just take a look at the market as a whole, this is what most of the dexes are doing, guys. This is what most of the dexes are doing. Essentially testing the 382 extensions right here, and 1INCH is far below this one, and we just we just put in a candle, which is nice, guys. This is a pin bar come in above the 21 exponential itself on a closing basis and immediately continue to the upside. This means good stuff right here. And once we start trending above $3 levels, okay, I think we have taken this wick out, guys. We just did that, I guess. I do believe, yes, we just did that on the hourly time frame itself. So essentially 1inch could be establishing a trend above this entire zone right here. And if we talk about the risk management, I'm going to be putting my focus into this level at first for my first piece of risk management area right here. And if I'm going to be very generous about my holdings on 1inch, it's going to be this one right here, guys. It's going to be $2.45 levels. Once you start trending below this one, this entire trend gets under jeopardy and your dreams about 3-2 retracement are most likely going to go into shit, right? Until then, we could be free floating towards $4 on 1inch, guys. Now remember, this exchange, 1inch exchange, comes on par with Uni Sushi, guys, because this is a DEX. Okay, let me get some water real quick. Alright, so essentially 1inch exchange is a DEX aggregator, guys. This exchange, what it does is that it's going to be combining the order books from all the decentralized exchanges. It's going to be combining all of these order books into one single place. And essentially, the only reason to use 1inch as a DEX is almost zero slippage, guys. Essentially, you get almost close to zero slippage, right? And I've seen a lot of crypto assets having crazy amount of slippage, going all the way to 5 to 6% slippage just in single swap, right? You go for a swap and then you see that you swapped your asset for maybe a 10% extra in the market. Whereas 1inch exchange is a DEX aggregator. It's going to be combining all the order books and it's going to give you the best price for your swap, and most likely it's not going to cause any slippage when you go for your swap, right? So which is why this exchange also works on par with Sushis and Unis and everything else as well, right? So guys, essentially, let me talk about this one as well. So 4-hour time frame telling us that this level has been taken out. So would I be interesting managing my risk right here? Okay, guys, I do feel that this is an actionable event right here. Essentially, RSI is quite overbought, to be honest with you. But guys, you can, all right. So this is something you can see from Ethereum as well. You can stay above the 60 reads on RSI. You can print in crazy amount of bearish divergence, but you can still trend to the upside. You will still constantly go to the upside until your price action structure is completely fine and the overall market dynamics are completely fine. No matter how many divergence you put onto any time frame, it will keep on free floating to the upside, right? Now, similarly on 1inch right here, with the entire market landscape looking completely fine, yes, we can talk about this one being a potential stop loss right here on these levels. Alright, guys, this is obviously not a financial advice, but let's take a look at this one. Okay, so this is a 3.6% invalidation on the downside, and a potential upside gains could be about a 35% move to the upside, guys, all the way for a $4 retest coming pretty soon on 1inch itself. Alright, so there's one more thing which I have to talk about before I end this video, guys, which is going to be the fact that if Bitcoin is retracing all the way towards 618 and if Ethereum is retracing all the way towards 86, yes, you got that right. Most of the assets are going to be testing these levels, right? Now, these ones will be little, all right, they can be laggards, guys. These assets can be laggards. But if Ethereum and Bitcoin are setting in clear trends for the entire market, most likely, yes, guys, these trends will be replicated by all of these second-tier shitcoins, I guess, right? All right, so I don't mean to hurt any one of your sentiments by calling them shitcoins, but they are shitcoins. Don't date them. Don't be emotionally married to your positions. Trade them and fuck off from the market when it's essential, right? Don't extend your welcome in the market, guys. Remember your objectives beyond anything else. Don't focus a lot on the y-axis, guys. Just take a look at the price action and see for yourself if you have any move that you can capitalize on, and let your system work on that. Let your stop loss and your system work on that, and bam, come out profited in the market, right? Alright, guys, with that said, I'm going to be winding up this video right here, and I will catch all of you in the next video coming tomorrow, most likely. Bye for now.